Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for a Week for Dinner. If you're new here, welcome. We are a family of 7. I have 5 kids, 11 and under. We homeschool and have a small homestead. My husband works big long hours and is gone a lot. But we are also in a season of visiting food pantries. My husband's job was directly affected by COVID-19, and he ended up leaving his career of 14 years to start over completely. So between those two things, we are in a season of need, and we are super grateful for the food banks that are available to us. So in this video, I will talk about what we get, how we use some of the food bank food, and then also how we stay on budget with food from Aldi as well. Let's see here. We are on week 4 of going to the grocery store. So I meal plan and grocery shop for 2 weeks. Then after the 2 weeks, for 1 to 2 weeks after that, I meal plan with whatever I have on hand and whatever we've gotten from the food bank, and stretch that out as far as I can. So tonight for dinner, we are having a broccoli ham skillet. And this is 4 cups of diced ham from the food bank. And I put that in a pan, and it was still slightly frozen, but I put it in the pan, and it had quite a bit of water on it. So I put it in the pan and start cooking it. And while it starts cooking, I cut up a couple crowns of broccoli, and then I throw that on top, and I put the lid on, and I let the water that's in the ham steam the broccoli. I pull the lid off and kind of let it cook down a little bit more so there's not a whole lot of liquid left in the bottom. Then I added in some heavy whipping cream, about half a block of cheese, some garlic, minced garlic, and some sour cream. So if you're looking for a low calorie, this ain't it, honey. We eat low carb, definitely me, as I have blood sugar issues, and my husband tries to, and then as a family, we just generally, it's easier for me to cook low carb for everybody. So, so then I mix all of that in, let the cream cheese melt. I adjust the heavy whipping cream to what kind of creamy consistency we want. If you want it even thinner, this would be great with some broth added in it and made into a soup. But then I add in about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and I just eyeball it. It's my big old handful. It's about 1 cup. And then I stir that all in, and it's ready to go. So it's a nice, quick, easy 1-pan meal, which is awesome. And you're still getting in those healthy fats, the little bit of carbs, the dark green leafy vegetables, and the broccoli, all of that. So that's dinner for Monday night, and we'll see you tomorrow night. It is Tuesday night, and tonight we are having kind of a junk food dinner. We have some fish sticks from the food bank. We have some keto chicken nuggets, and I've explained how to make those in a past video. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll write a quick write-up on how to make them. They're really easy. And then we have some coleslaw. The cabbage, the carrots, and the mayo are all from the food bank. And then the salt and a little bit of erythritol and a little bit of apple cider vinegar are also in there, and those aren't from the food bank. And then we'll also just do some chips. And so this is just kind of a quick and easy dinner. Daddy's out on the road, so it's just me and the kids tonight. So we'll see you tomorrow night. It is Wednesday night, and tonight we are having one of my favorite meals to eat, one of my least favorite meals to cook. We're having burgers. So we had a 3-pound package of turkey burgers, or ground turkey from the food bank. And I went ahead and made up the entire thing because I have no issue with eating burgers for the next 4 days. It's one of my favorites, like I said, so I will eat that. The kids have their burgers on these buns from the food bank. And then I made chaffles, which is a keto thing. They're low carb waffles, and you use them in a bunch of different ways. I'm not sure how to explain that if you've never heard of them before. They're a little on the weird side. I also made some caramelized onions. For on top, there's zucchini fritters, and I made oven fries. They got a little overdone. Everything else took me longer than planned because, you know, that's how it works. There's regular potatoes, sweet potatoes, and then for me, I made radishes. Radishes are a nice little low-carb potato-esque thing. They're definitely not potatoes, but they work. And then I cooked some bacon for on the burgers as well. So that's dinner for Wednesday night. We'll see you tomorrow night. All right, Thursday night's dinner is breakfast for dinner. We went to the food bank today, so quite a bit of this is going to be from the food bank. Hopefully I'll already have that video up and you'll have seen it. If not, surprise. Our chickens have slowed way down on laying eggs. So when we went to the food bank today and they had eggs, I went ahead and got some. Like we're getting max of 6 a day, and that does not feed us because I use almost a dozen when I make scrambled eggs for all of us. So anyway, there is the eggs from the food bank, and then I mixed in some shredded cheese from Aldi. There's some sausage patty from the food bank that's we got today. My kids had English muffins that I toasted and spread with butter. To make mine low carb, I did, this is the keto mug bread that's on the almond flour from Aldi. And I just added some cinnamon and some erythritol sweetener, which is a keto low carb diabetic friendly sweetener. And so I kind of made like a cinnamon roll-ish flavor to it. They're definitely not as sweet. I would love to put some like cream cheese icing on top, but obviously that's not going to work. So I just put some butter on top, but they're pretty good. Still a little on the eggy side, but it, you know, scratches the itch. My kids are also having the pineapple that we got from the food bank today as well. So that is everything for Thursday night. We'll see you tomorrow night. It is Friday night, which means pizza night every week. Sometimes I get tired of making pizzas. I don't get tired of eating them though. So tonight I did something a little bit different. This is something that I used to do quite often and haven't done in a while, and that is pizza rolls. And I just take my normal pizza dough recipe and then roll it out into more of a rectangular shape. Then I put on cheese, and so this is just cheese, and it's 2 kinds of cheese, and then this has chopped up pepperoni inside. And you lay that out, you spread it all over the entire rectangle, leaving just a little bit of border on the outside. You roll it up like you were making cinnamon rolls and let it rise for an hour or two. Because I use sourdough, it takes a little bit longer to rise, so more toward 2 hours. And then bake it at 400 for about half an hour. If you make them smaller like this, if you make them larger, it's going to take a little bit longer. And then I just slice them like you would cinnamon rolls. And I'll put a little bit of pasta sauce on the plate, and the kids can dip their pizza in their pizza roll in the sauce. So when I get them cut up, I might show you, add a quick picture in there of what they look like on the inside. We're also having green beans as a side. That's kind of a classic for us. We were planning on doing an outside fire, and everything is too wet right now, so the fire wouldn't light. So I was kind of hustling about getting dinner finished. It's currently just after 7 p.m., which is late for us, but... And then I also made 2 cauliflower crust pizzas for me. I planned on only making 1, and then things got out of hand and I ended up making 2, but that's fine because I can eat gladly pizza for the next couple of days with some salad and, you know, for lunch or dinner or whatever. So that's fine with me. So that's dinner for Friday night. Like I said, I will try to get a picture of what the inside of the pizza rolls look like once I get them cut. These got a little overdone for some reason. Different pan, I guess. So, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night. Saturday night dinner, we are having roasted chicken. This is the pieced out chicken from the food bank that was raised locally. On it, I put some kind of like an herb seasoning blend and some garlic. And then I also cooked onions in the pan, and I bake this for a long time. I bake it at 350 or 375 for about 2 hours. And that gets really nice crispy skin and obviously really nice and juicy meat too. So we'll have that. And then I also did sheet pan vegetables. This is a great way to use up little bits of vegetables that you have here and there. I had a few Brussels sprouts, a whole head of cauliflower that was going, having dark spots on it. There's sweet potatoes, there's some mini sweet peppers, and some carrots. And then I sprinkled the whole thing with, drizzled the whole thing with some homemade pesto that was from basil from our garden, and some olive oil, and some garlic powder. And then I baked that, and then about 10 minutes ago I just sprinkled on some Parmesan cheese and baked it for a little bit longer. So like I said, that's a really good way of using up little bits of vegetables. It's also a really great way of getting in different vegetables. So I have kids that don't like Brussels sprouts, so they don't have to eat those. They can eat some of the other ones. I have a child that doesn't like cooked peppers, so I'll just pick those out so they can kind of pick and choose what vegetables they want. So that's dinner for Saturday night. If you are new here, I won't film Sunday's dinner because I don't cook on Sunday. When we get home from church, we don't get home until about 1:30. So I usually pull out all of the leftovers that we have in the refrigerator, and I let my kids pick and choose whatever they want. And then Sunday dinner, 3 of my kids go to youth group and are gone at dinner time. So I pull out a bunch of snacky stuff like pepperoni and cheese and crackers and dried fruit, nuts. Sometimes I'll throw in like a sweet treat, like some cookies or something along those lines, pretzels, chips, just kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of different things, and let them pick and choose whatever they want. And then I just leave most of it out. And whenever my bigger kiddos get home at about 8 from youth group, they'll eat their dinner when they get home. It makes for a late dinner, but they get snacky stuff at youth group, so it works out. So like I said, I won't film that just because it's the same thing every week and it's not really all that interesting. But that's our week of meals. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.